Okay, hello YouTube, and welcome to my very first video. Yeah, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for a little while. I've been kind of against it for a lot of reasons, not majorly into social media. I don't want to become like a pretentious content creator, none of that nonsense. Yeah, but I guess the main reason, well, two reasons why I'm doing this right now. One, very important one, I have the time because of everything that the world is doing. Kind of, you know the whole thing that it's doing. Because of that, and the second one, I've decided to use that time to my advantage. So I'm recording an album. It's one of the things I kind of really wanted to do this year, and it's happening. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, I guess a little bit about myself. My name is Reese. I am in Australia, in one of the capital cities. I am by no means an audio engineer or music professional. I am barely a musician. I just kind of, play some stuff, put some sounds on it. The more reverb, the better. Am I right? No, not really. Yeah, I work as a designer, so completely different, but still within the creative realm of things. So if you're a creative, the best part about all that is starting with nothing and kind of fleshing out a project, and it's very therapeutic getting to the end and having a final product that you've completely created yourself. I don't really know of many other things that are that satisfying to me personally. So I guess generally what I plan to do is on this channel is to document my process of recording this album. Essentially what the album is a collection of songs, new and old, mostly old, probably like 80% old. The idea was to go back through some really old songs. I recently found a folder full of just a lot of really old songs. I thought there's got to be something in there. So I kind of spent about a week going through them all, listening to them all, and kind of arranging them and picking out the ones which I felt like had some potential. And that was a really cool experience doing that, because there was a couple of times where I would come across an old song that I completely forgotten about. I have zero recollection of recording this, or other moments where every now and again I get like a melody or like a phrase in my head. I was like, I can never figure out if it was something that I wrote or if it's something I never wrote or if it was somebody else's song. And there was a couple of cool moments where I found out that they were my songs. I'm like, oh yeah, I really remember that melody now. So let's look at that one. So yeah, I think I've got about 10, 11 songs that I'm kind of aiming to get through. I've kind of done the bass for about 5 or 6 of them at the moment. So yeah. Previous to that, I have an album already, but that was like 6 or 7 years ago, so quite old now. What I'm doing now stylistically is very different to what those songs were. Those songs were more kind of very electronic-y, lots of production, kind of, I call it pessimist pop, which kind of always works really well for my sound, I think. Yeah. I'm not like a huge fan of like really happy music myself, so yeah, don't want to go down that path. But the new stuff is probably a lot more guitar based. I want to be very heavy. I've gotten very much into metal over the last couple of years, and I want to be able to channel that to put into some of the songs. But it's not all going to be like that. There's going to be some like really lush kind of ambient type stuff in there as well. The general tone is just to be really just devoid of light, essentially. Just really bleak, really nihilistic, just really defeatist, pessimistic. That's just kind of the whole vibe, and the album title and song titles themselves will kind of reflect that. So look, I know that there's heaps of you out there already doing this kind of thing, and I spend a lot of time on YouTube myself watching these videos. It's how I kind of learn everything. So yeah, maybe we can go through this together, learn something from each other, get some feedback, all that kind of stuff, you know? So yeah, watch if you want.